Awakening with Brahma Kumaris.
Welcome to Awakening with Brahma Kumaris. In our last session, we spoke about the power to turn within, a beautiful power that allows you to find space within yourself, just even for a few moments. Today, our topic is the power to pack up. And once again, we are delighted to have with us here Sister Jayanti, the European Director of the Brahma Kumaris. Om Shanti, Sister Jayanti.
Om Shanti.
You spoke very beautifully about the power to pack up. So here I am, turning myself within, waking up a little bit early in the day to find that space within myself. But I find that just turning within is not enough. Is there another dimension of spiritual power that I need to look for?
You're absolutely right, because sometimes we turn within and many thoughts of the past come rushing through. And so yes, we need to be able to develop more and more spiritual power inside ourselves and use this power in different ways in our life. It's the same power because we're connecting with the one above, the one who's the almighty authority, the one who's the reservoir, the source of all spiritual power. And we're drawing that power within ourselves and we're using it in different ways according to the situation and the need. And I also have to say that spiritual power is totally my own inner power over my own mind and personality and habits and patterns of behavior. It's not a situation of control over others or force over others or coercion, because power has always been abused in that external way.
Misinterpreted. So this power to turn within is a power whereby I am able to rein my own personality. If it's a peaceless personality, I rein it into a peaceful one. If it's an angry personality, I rein it and control it. It's all about self-control. Actually, I don't need to do anything to control other people with this power.
I can't. The reality is that I can't actually control anyone else.
Yeah.
You want to control your child and you'll find that they become rebellious. You want to control your partner and instead of coming closer, they become more distant. And so control outside actually doesn't work. But this is the power to be able to deal with myself and not just control, but it's more a question of transformation. So that it's, control will work for a short time. Then you remove the brake and it'll explode. But when I've transformed something, or another word is transmutation, when something has transmuted within myself and it's come to its highest state, then it's now a very wonderful experience. And so the power to turn inwards is one aspect of that power. And it's the fundamental one, the foundation one. But then further, when I see, as you said, these thoughts rushing in, then what I need to do is to learn to be able to pack my thoughts so that my mind isn't being flooded, but I'm able to pack the thoughts of yesterday or even what happened an hour ago and be present right here in the moment now.
So this is the power to pack up.
It is.
It's the power to pack up. What image can I bring that if I want to quickly use this power to pack up?
People travel a lot nowadays.
Travel light.
They tell you to travel light, but also just the fact that you're given a limited allowance and you have to decide what it is that's useful. And you've got a whole wardrobe, but you can't take it all with you. And so you have to be selective. And so what is it that's needed now for my journey at this moment? The rest I'll leave behind, but what I need to travel with, that's what I'll carry with myself. The rest is packed up and put away.
So you take what is needed for that moment, for that hour, for that journey. You spoke something very beautifully in connection with this power to pack up. You spoke about the idea of going upward towards God. Now, when I am sitting down, practicing my meditation, I'm turning within, I see and hear these thoughts in my mind. I say to myself, I need to be focused, I need to be calm, and yet I'm not able to do it. So I go towards God, who I now know is my Father. But I've noticed that instead of talking to myself or these thoughts talking to me, I am complaining to Him that, did you know this happened, and I was not able to control my anger. She said this and she said that. God, you tell me what I have to do now. You are my Father. I am your child. So I am turning within. I'm not dialoguing with myself, but I am complaining to Him.
And if I allow myself to listen to my Father, then my parent is going to tell me, sweet child, just be calm, just sit quietly. Because the difference between prayer and meditation is that in prayer, it's a one-way conversation. I'm speaking to the one above. But in meditation, I'm learning to create spaces of silence so that I can also listen to what my parent wants to say to me. It's like if you're on the telephone, if you're just speaking all the time, you're not giving the other person an opportunity to say anything to you, so you're never going to find any answers.
So, dare I say that when I turn towards God, He would respond, but I need to have a space of silence to catch that?
Absolutely, because if I'm just continuing with my chatter, whether it's complaints or requests or blame or whatever, I'm not going to be able to understand what it is He wants me to do. And so the whole practice of stillness, of turning inwards and creating that silent space within is to be able to give space so that I can listen to what it is my parent wants to tell me and be able to benefit from a conversation, not just a one-way flow, but a two-way conversation.
So this is a real experience.
Mm-hmm.
This is a real experience, and one that would make you want to go towards Him a lot more and strengthen your relationship with Him.
It's like if you go to a person who has a little bit of experience and a little bit of wisdom, you get some answers from them, you experiment with them in your life and you find them useful. Next time you feel, I should go to that person again. The same thing happens here. I'm connecting with the one above, I'm letting my mind be quiet, and there'll be something that reaches me that gives me a new insight, a greater strength, a greater capacity, and I find that it works in my life. I want to do the same again.
I see. Using the power to stay within and using the power to back up. We move from progression as the day moves on. You are now in front of hundreds of people, in front of your work colleagues, you are in a party, you are present there. They see your presence, but you're not there. You're not there.
It happens a lot. And what you have to do is to just let the mind focus here and now. The whole thing about the practice of meditation is understanding how my mind is working. And where we haven't taken the time and trouble to train our mind, then it's gone wild. And so it's not doing what I want it to do anymore. And now I have the information. I'm a soul. My thoughts are my creation. And so I come back inside. I remind myself, I am the creator of my own thoughts. It's not useful to be going to yesterday or to be thinking about tomorrow. It's important that I be here right at this moment and give whatever it is I'm doing my full attention now.
People have often spoken about this particular idea. Don't bring your work home. Or when you are home, don't bring your work home. And when you're at the office, don't bring your home to the office. Is it a wise way to compartmentalize your life so that, when you're in the office, you move back and say, I've packed up everything that happened at home, but I could be leaving a child that's not well, a husband's not feeling good, and I'm boxing that aside because now I have to be focused, career-oriented, get the work going through the day. Is this a useful tool that I can do to pack up?
I find that putting things in boxes is quite restricting, and it may work if everything is in order, but life doesn't behave in an orderly fashion. And so, like you said, it could be that I've left home, but I've left a child that's unwell. And I can only pack up if I've completed my responsibilities and my concerns, and I've made sure that there's somebody there with the child, taking care of the child. And so it's not that then I come here, now it's my career and I don't care about that anymore. I'm human. And so yes, that was one role I was playing, but I'm still the same person. Even though it's a different role I play now, I'm the same person, the same human being. And so yes, my concern would be that I stay focused on what I need to do now, here at work, but I've done what I needed to do there, but I stay in touch. It's great to have mobile phones, to have to use them when you can use them and in the right way. Not that they master your life, but they're a tool to help you do what you need to do. And so if your child needs for you to say a few words to comfort them, you don't say, that's it, I've left home, finish. You're here. But yes, at a moment when you have a space, then you phone and just ask and you inquire. I think that life has become very mechanistic today.
Yes.
And we put things
robotic, yes.
We put things in boxes too easily. And we think, well, that's finished, that's done, now it's this. But it's not like that. More, it's like a river that's flowing. And so, yes, there are different scenes that you're passing through, but it's the same water that's flowing through.
That's beautiful.
And so what I have to be aware of is, yes, where I've come from is important, where I'm going is important, but where I am now is equally important. And so packing up means I've dealt with something properly in the way that I should, and not that I've cut off or I've ignored it, but I've completed what I needed to do, so that now I can focus at the present.
And I think you will give in your 100% energy, is it knowing that that's been dealt with and knowing that you can go back to it when you have the moment. It frees you very much to be in the present, isn't it?
Correct. And I was also going to say that I don't need to worry about the future. Yes, at the present moment, I can see the thread and the plans I need to make for tomorrow and the next year. It's not that I don't make plans. I have to do that too. But I don't allow it to take over my mind and worry about it. And that also gives me the space and the opportunity to do properly what I need to do now.
I want to jump slightly different. In using this power to pack up in relationships, it's not really easy. Because there are people who move in and move out of your lives. They leave you bad memories, they give you, grievances. They've also given you happiness. But we have more a tendency to remember those who have not done the greatest things for us, do not have, our best interests. When they come back into your life, when you meet them again and again, how do I use the power to back up towards them? Maybe they have changed, maybe they have moved on, but how do I not see them the way they were or remember their mistakes and the pain that they have caused me?
What I've found is that if I'm turning inwards and I'm connected with that truth that is there within, and I look out of these windows and I look at them, not just in the context of what's happened in the past, but really in the awareness of the spiritual being that they are, I'm opening the possibility that there might be something new that can happen now in our interaction. But I'm also with my antenna up. And so I'm also very alert that if I've been cheated before, for example, I don't want to go through the same experience now. And it's quite possible that they're still very much the same in that way. But the factor of spirituality coming in and being able to pack up the past means that I can do both things. I can see them with a vision of hope and optimism and goodness, but I can also keep myself very alert so that then if things don't synchronize, when somebody speaks and you can feel whether it's from their heart or whether it's just the mouth that's speaking. And so there isn't a synchronicity that's there. And so if I'm spiritually aware and not letting the past influence me now, I'll be also able to pick up whether there is that synchronicity and whether